Welcome to season 2 of Manifestations Made Easy by Anjushi Sarkar. That is me. So today I'm going to talk about how to deal with delays in manifestation process. So I'm going to share 4 incidents with you. You people are quite aware of the 4 case studies that I have always mentioned. It's a story of friendship, love, and being in contact, acquaintances, and building relationships. So we're going to take 4 incidents into consideration. One with my ex, the other with my specific person, another with my ex best mate, let's call him Champ, and the fourth with this potential love interest that I had, we'll call him Junkie. So with these 4 incidents, I have realized that I am a much stronger person than I earlier was, and I am a better person. I can do whatever I want to without hesitation or an insecurity, fear and doubt. I can always get what I want. So let's talk about the first incident with my ex. So I always wanted to see that he was regretful. I wanted to see that he was apologizing to me. It was a very unfortunate incident that had happened with him when we were just breaking up. He said something really nasty about my father, and he thought that since I am a Muslim, so we all are backstabbers, we are betrayers, we are nobody to set up a family with, and it's really sad that he had such bad things to say about our religion, my religion. Also, for the fact that he said really bad things about my father, it sort of hit me that I cannot see a potential relationship with this guy because he was not behaving the way he should have. He was not respectful. He did not maintain that honor and dignity. So of course that was subconsciously manifested again, but at that point I didn't know what to do. So I thought that he should apologize, but he refused to do so. It's been 2 years since that incident, and he's been apologizing ever since. I know that he is not a changed person, or perhaps he is, but I do not go back to that time, because if I keep on going back to the past, then that pattern is just going to come back to my life again and again. So I have forgiven him. Now, when I really wanted him to apologize, he wasn't apologizing. And when I stopped thinking that I needed an apology from him, he just apologized. I'll come back to that later. Let's share the second incident with my specific person. So I really wanted him to compliment me on my weight loss. Now he is really too much into bodybuilding and this whole modeling business. He's always ripped and in the best of shape at all times. He has glutes, and the whole body structure is always well maintained. He's taking care of his diet, and the whole day he's just about bodybuilding and exercising and workouts, push-ups and chin-ups, etc. So I wanted him to tell me that I had lost weight, but he never said that. So I just thought that if he's not seeing any developments, how come other people are seeing the developments? How come other people are telling me that I have lost weight and I'm looking much better and fitter than before? Of course, I have not considerably lost a lot of weight, but yeah, I am in a proper shape, if you may say so. So I always thought, why wasn't he complimenting me on that? But it's just been some time, and he has been saying that you were a lot fatter when it was like New Year 2020, and now you are slimmer for some reason. So he said this the moment I stopped thinking that I am gaining weight because the lockdown has been extended and I am not going to the gym. And it's at that moment that he had said that you've lost weight and you look much slimmer now. So why that had happened, you'll have to wait till the end of this episode. The third incident is with this ex-best mate, Champ. I always thought that we are never going to be friends again because he was not showing any sign of remorse or an apology that we have had a fallout. It was a Cold War that was going on for half a year almost, and it's been only recently that we have talked. But the thing is that this Cold War, it wasn't ending. It was just deepening its roots because he was in his own mindset and I was in mine until I knew about the manifestation process. And when I began testing it in his space, in the way I wanted to, things started changing in my favor. It started just emerging the way I wanted situations to emerge. So he was throwing subtle hints that he wanted to speak. He wouldn't admit it, or maybe he would, but he was throwing subtle hints that he wanted to speak. And this is how I knew that I had my chance at giving our friendship another go. You'll have to wait for the whole thing to come out. The fourth thing that I wanted to discuss is this whole episode with Junkie. Now, Junkie was a potential love interest. Very few people know that. I thought that he was the guy for me. He was this whole Sufi poet and who could swipe. Who could just swipe places with Rumi or anybody like Allama Iqbal. He was just too good at the whole shairi business. I thought that he was this person who was meant for me. We had a really bad fallout because I knew of his actions and I had manifested that version of him because of my own insecurity and fears. Now, Junkie had always admired me for some reason. I knew that. Yet I let that insecurity come in between us, which is why we stopped being friends and we are not too much in contact. In December last year, 2019, he sent a text message saying that I was the best person in his life, and I wasn't surprised because I knew he was going to text that one day. It happened after a year of our fallout, and it didn't take me by surprise because I knew that he was going to apologize. If not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 years later, 5 years later, but he is going to apologize. I knew that. So let's look into the first incident. So my ex, since he wasn't apologizing, I was desperate to get an apology from him. So whenever there was a chance to talk to him, I had blocked him because he was trying to reach out to me. He was using slangs and the kind of language, the foul language that Delhi people are known for. Now, since the time that I have stopped manifesting people who use foul language, I have ceased to meet such people. So my ex is now a person who is dignified, as he says. He has worked with designers like Ritu Kumar, and he's sort of a person who is working and he has a livelihood. He was not employed when he was with me, and it's been very recently that he said that whatever he is today, it's just because of my efforts, and he wished that he had treated me better. Now, what I understood was that the delay that you talk about in manifestation process is actually a figment of your imagination. You think that it is delayed. You think that it is not in the process. You think that this is not going to come up, and you're never going to find success at it. When actually what you should do is you should just let things be. You shouldn't pursue it. You shouldn't just chase over that feeling. You shouldn't chase over the idea that you need an apology today. You shouldn't chase over the idea that you need a love confession from someone. You shouldn't chase that idea that this person has to be in my life, otherwise I'm dead. You can't chase these feelings. You just have to trust the process, like I always say. So when I stopped expecting, then my ex comes and says that whatever he had done was extremely shameful and he was disgusted by the way he had behaved. I forgave him, of course, and this apology came right after I had forgiven him for all that he had done to me. Now, the incident with my specific person where he said that I have lost weight, I'm not really working out. I'm just busy recording for YouTube and for this podcast, doing my own thing, cooking my own food. But the thing is that despite a schedule that has just, gone off, it has no routine and there is no such hardcore grueling session at gym or a working out that happens at his place. He's got all these equipments, but he says that I have lost weight means that I actually have lost weight, because I knew that this lockdown might not affect me. It will not affect my weight. It will not reflect that I have gained weight in some manner. So I always kept faith that eventually this guy who is so fit and he's always ripped will tell me that I am fitter and I look fitter than before, and he's going to express that I was healthier 2 to 3 months back when I was going to the gym for like twice in a day and I was involving myself in those crazy diets. So this is how I manifested the desired reaction from him. The third incident with Champ, my ex-best mate. So Champ and I, like I said, that we had stopped talking and we were not really the best of friends anymore. I had manifested that version of him where he was rude and egoistic. It's not his fault really, now I realize. But I always wanted that somehow I should be able to speak to him, because of course I had a fondness for him. He had been my best friend for some time, and to stop talking to him just burned my heart. I didn't really like it. So what happened was that I saw that he was uploading pictures of himself on WhatsApp, a picture that was my favorite, and I had always said that this picture sort of brings out his characteristics so well. He looks like a visionary, and I had always had the best words for him. So he had put up this picture on his WhatsApp profile, and I knew that he was sort of missing me. So when I had reached out to him saying that may I speak, he wasn't egoistic like I had thought. He wasn't that rude person who would have snapped back. He said that, yeah, okay, what do you have to say? So I told him that there was a misunderstanding and I'm sorry that I had behaved so rudely with you. I did not expect an apology from him, but he said that everything is cool. I do not expect an apology from anybody for that matter. So since everything went back to normal, we started speaking, and in the gym where we are members, so I had manifested that he's going to fall sick and I will ask him how he's feeling, and that is how everything will go back to normal. So that's how things went back to normal. It was 6 months and things were going nowhere, but suddenly everything came into my favor because I trusted the process. I did not even think that these 6 months that we have not spoken, these moments were hampering our friendship. It just went back to how it was. Though we are not speaking every day, but I really don't have a resentment over the whole thing. I don't dwell in the past, so it's all okay. So whenever we meet, we are cordial, we say hi. And when I was leaving the gym the day when he had fallen sick, it was the scene where he just said, yeah, okay, fine, I'm feeling better, exactly like I had manifested it. He was laying on the ground, and I was asking him that what's wrong with you, and he said that, yeah, I just have some, palpitation in my insides are just burning and churning and stuff like that. So it was exactly the way I had manifested, that I am going to ask him how he is, and that's how we were going to become friends. So I did not let that delay affect my manifestation. I thought that once I start speaking with him, I'm going to start speaking with him, and it's going to be effortless. So the delays that you see are not actually delays, they are just the bridge of events. It's connecting one event to the other. Now, the last story about Junkie, I knew that he would apologize to me one day because I had given my best. I had given my 110% to our friendship. I always had wished best for him. I always thought that he was a really special human being. He had a lot of potential in him. He's a budding entrepreneur and he can do a lot of things to better people's lives. He can change lives. He can help people. So I always thought good about him. Now, when he apologized to me, it was like, I think, 12 months later. He said that he was extremely sorry for what he had done, and he probably might not be able to replace me because I did something for him that nobody else would have. I had cared for him like nobody else did. So this whole delay that was there, it told me a lot about myself. It told me to love myself because nobody was giving that love to me. So I thought that I should better love myself before I suffer more in this game. And this delay that we are talking about when we speak of apologies or desired behavior and we're not getting that behavior, everything is just on the way. Your manifestation is just on the way. You just have to trust the process because you know that you've done your bit, you have just visualized it, and it's done. That's it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to chase the feeling, you don't have to chase the person, you don't have to demand it. It's assertive. I always say something that superheroes don't chase, superheroes always assert. Now, you won't find a superhero chasing a woman, or Wonder Woman chasing the guy. You'll never find these things because superheroes know that they have to focus on saving the world for the greater good. So these delays that we think of are just figments of our imagination. There is no delay actually. It's just a bridge connecting two events. So within that, whatever happens, it's only going to make you inch closer to your goal. So a delay is not a delay. It's just in the way. So that's about it. This is what I had to express, and I hope this helped you. So I'll catch you later. Bye.